Hello everyone and thanks for hanging out with me. This is the Hyundai Nexo hydrogen fuel cell and I want to show you the car a bit. It has a 120 kilowatt motor, has a tiny little battery of 1.56 kilowatt hours. It has a hydrogen tank of 6.3 kilos at 700 bars pressure. A fuel cell takes the hydrogen and a chemical reaction with oxygen makes electricity, and that powers the motor, plus the little battery is being charged when you do regen with the motor, and then this power can also go from the battery into the motor, so you have a bit more power. You have a few regen levels and everything. It's really nice. Let's show you the car a bit. What you get with the car, and what's so futuristic, is those door handles that pop out, and when you unlock or when you get close to the car, when you have keyless entry, and they go in once you start driving. You have your electric lift gate, opens up pretty nice. The trunk is reasonable sized. You even have space down here. You still have this cover that I'm not a big fan of. The back seats, here is your tank, and you have to press here, ow, then it opens up, and then you have a little thing that you can put up here, your plastic thing, and this is how you fuel up, but I show you that in a minute. The rear seats in the highest spec have even heat seaters, a lot of space, and you have door vents and a 12-volt outlet here in the back. No USB though. In the front you have all your normal systems. You have lane assist off, you have your engine sound off, you can let the water out. I don't know what the 12-volt battery reset does, if this is necessary. And in the car you have good storage down here, a little thing in here, and here's a USB-A, another two USB-A's down here, and this is the only USB-A where you can get Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, no wireless, and there's a 12-volt outlet down there too, and a wireless charger for your phone. This middle console is pretty big, has over 40 buttons for all the kind of things, this map and everything, your climate, gear box, and your parking brake, and this is to interact with the infotainment system like an iDrive in the BMW. Works really nice. And then we have the steering wheel, also with the normal buttons that we know from Kona and stuff. No rain sensor, only interval, and when you turn on and you don't have your seatbelt on, you get 6 beeps, and you have to confirm, and then you have your home button, and then other things in here that you can go around your settings. But like I said, you can use this and move around, and it works really nice. And the instrument cluster is like in the new facelift Kona. You have a few different views that you can select. Let me show you the app of the Nexo a bit. You have in the beginning, you have your range. You don't see your state of charge is full, how much percent of hydrogen is in there. You can't see that. You can see if the car is locked and everything, and on remote you have all of these settings. You have a seat heater in there, and what you can do is you can turn on the engine where it says start engine, and it happens very fast, and then the car will heat up to the 23 degrees for the duration that you put in here. And the seat heaters will go on, and other stuff that you can turn on. But you don't have scheduled preheating, so you cannot tell the car, hey, tomorrow at 6:30 I want the car to be warm. That doesn't work. You have to turn it on 10 minutes before you want to go, and then it's not at 23 degrees. You have to do it almost twice when it's very cold. So when it's minus degrees, then you have to do it twice. But the app, other than that, is pretty good. It shows you a lot of information, and it gives you a warning when the car is not locked. You can lock it and unlock it with the app. It works really well. But let's look under the hood, because the fuel cell is huge. Where is it? There it is. Look at that huge thing. I'm guessing high voltage inside. I'm guessing this is a, I don't know, the converter maybe. This is your air filter and your brake fluid and everything. And I don't know where the battery is exactly, but this is the fuel cell. High voltage inside. And your 12 volt battery is here. But a lot of stuff in there. And every time you stop the car and you turn off the ignition, you get a horrible sound. It's powering down, and it just takes 20 to 30 seconds. And even you cannot open the fuel tank so you can fuel it up. And then another. Sounds like a vacuum. And then you can open up and fuel up. So how do you fuel up a hydrogen fuel cell car? You go to the gas station where they have H2, hydrogen, and then you get close and you fill it up like you would do with a gasoline car. You have also a very similar pump. You just connect this to this. First, let's open this tank. And then you have a little plastic thing to take off. Then you have to insert your card. You select 700 bar, then it needs a pin. You want a receipt? No. Then you connect, take this out, put it on here, and then you have to lock it. Then you press start, and it's starting. And you will see and hear that we're fueling up with hydrogen at a price of 950 cents per kilogram. It takes a bit. It has to increase the pressure to 700 bars, and then it will put in the hydrogen. Then it slows down at the end. It's a lot though, 4 kilograms when it was at 45%. And that's it. Then you unlock it, put your plastic thing on it and close and put this back in. That's it. Now let's drive the Nexo a bit. First of all, the key, as always. Oh, fell down. It looks like the Ioniq 5 key. The same thing, you have trunk opening, you have moving forward and backwards, locking, unlocking. Before I want to start, the phone holder is a bit stupid. So down there is a wireless charger, and that's fine to keep the phone, but you can't see it. And if you want to use Android Auto, you have to plug in here. Those two down there don't work with Android Auto. And then where you put your phone, if you want to look at it sometimes, so I put it like this. If it's plugged in, it's a bit clumsy, but clunky, but that's how it is. If you start the Nexo without having the seatbelt on, you get, like in every Hyundai and Kia, 6 beeps, but I have it on, so no beeping. But you get a chime. The one you heard here was the phone. And then you get the confirmation of drive safety that you have to turn off. Sometimes it takes a bit till it comes on. And then you have your home view, and then you can go through different menus and whatever. And for example, Android Auto, you have it in here, and then here on the side, as new Kia, e-Niro and Kona, it's the same thing. But I want to go to home, and then when you go here to favorites, you have your range and your percentage of the hydrogen tank. So 48% I have now. And here you can see what the motor is doing. So you can see the fuel cell is getting how much from the hydrogen tank and how much, I have to turn that, no, wrong one, a bit down. What goes to the motor, and if the battery is being charged with regen, or if the battery is giving more power to the motor, so you feel more power. On the side you can turn off your virtual engine sound system, and I turn off lane assist as well. And then here in the instrument cluster you can switch this, of course, however you want, and down there you can see my average consumption, and then you can go through different things here. But we'll keep it on the speed, and now we put it into drive. The parking brake disengages automatically. When you put it into parking brake does not engage. Only when you open the door it will automatically engage, otherwise you have to press the button. That's just how it is. And every time you start the car, your regen level is at 1, and with the pedal shifters you can put the level into 3. And I'm leaving here this on for a second so you can see how the whole thing is working. Hydrogen tank, the small battery, fuel cell, and the motor. You have creep. Overall, the seating position is very nice. The seats are very comfortable. They're very nice side support. The armrests are perfect for me. I'm 180 centimeters, and they're just the perfect height for me to sit in here comfortable and to drive in a comfortable way. And as you can see now, we have regen, motor power is going into the battery. Now I'm accelerating, and sometimes when I don't need a lot, it's just a fuel cell, and if I need a bit more, the battery is powering it as well. And you can already see I only drove a bit, and the fuel cell temperature is already above 20 degrees. The first line should be 32, and it usually goes up to around 50 degrees. That's the number. That's a nice color from BMW. Look at it now. Oh my God, cute. We go on the highway. I want to show you the different noise levels. So the noise level in this car up to 110 kilometers an hour is good. Not too loud. At 130 it gets to a loudness where you don't notice that it's loud, but if you're listening to music, or if you're listening especially to a podcast or something where you want to understand and we have to concentrate on it, you have to turn up the volume pretty loud to hear it. And I had the same in the Kia e-Niro and the same in the Hyundai Kona, so it's very similar to that. Important is in this power meter here on the right, I think that the white outline, the white circle, means this is the fuel cell and everything above comes from the battery. So if I floor it now, the battery is not giving too much. And I have that many times that I don't have a lot of power. So uphill, I notice I accelerate a bit and then suddenly I can barely make it. So I don't have the 160 horsepower. That happens a lot. And since I have regen always on full, and I find it, and I'm not accelerating the whole time where I use the battery, I find it a bit weird that I don't have full power. The suspension is amazing. I have to say it's really comfortable, but it's soft, but not too soft, so you're not moving around in the corner. So some swimming or something, it's really comfortable and still stable and nice. I like it a lot. This is a very nice suspension. The steering wheel is also great. Steering itself is very precise and it's not too soft or light and not too hard. You can really steer in a nice way. It feels also very nice with this two pattern, and this one is a bit softer than the light material in the middle. It's really nice. I like it. Why are we not passing? Because we're driving 100? Nah, I'm passing. I don't even have to drive that fast and I can still pass. Yeah. The only problem, the two problems with the steering wheel that I have noticed, first of all, when you use the steering wheel heater, the dark part, the soft stuff, it has nothing to do with the color, is getting warm right away, and the harder part, the bright stuff here, doesn't get warm for a very, very long time. It takes sometimes not in the half hour that I go to work. It's not warming up. Oh, 70 here. To slow down. Regen is not very strong, as you can imagine. With a 1.5 kilowatt hour battery, it would be full and then no regen at all. So regen even at level 3 is not very strong. There's no regen boost or anything. Makes sense. The other problem that the steering wheel has, when you go very slowly, it sometimes feels extremely imprecise, like it's moving pretty light and then it's stronger. It's really weird, but above 30 kilometers an hour, and when you're driving that slow and have to steer a lot, it's okay. And so for me, steering is very nice. I like it. Speeding! It's 70 here! Look at me, the guy's always speeding. I said it. Let's get to cruise control. First I want to turn on my lane follow assist, setup, vehicle, and driving convenience, LFA. I did it. And when I turn on my cruise control, then it also does auto steer. We put on lane assist as well, so with lane follow and lane keep assist, everything is on, and cruise control in a second. And what I can say about the cruise control is exactly the same as in the Hyundai Kona, in the facelift model. It works very well. You can change the response if it's responding fast, normal, or slow, depending. So if the speed changes or you change the speed. Now we do full. Now I have full power right now. Let's see how much I get, how long I get this full power. It's not accelerating very well. It's a bit windy. Still have a storm. Now, do still have full power? Let's see how long I have that, because I know I don't have it forever. It's uphill here, but still have to. Yeah, now the power goes down. Uh, 150 is a bit too fast. I've driven 180 with this car downhill, and the weird thing is that it's accelerating to this top speed, like an internal combustion engine car. You notice that you can almost not make it, so the power versus the drag is what's causing the top speed, not a top speed limit like in most electric cars where you accelerate and then suddenly you don't have power anymore because the electronics tell you shouldn't go faster and you can't go faster. But let's turn on cruise control. Where are we? There we have it, 132, and self-steering. Like I said, cruise control really nice. You're adjusting 1 km/h with a normal push, yes, and with a long push, it will do 10 km/h, and if you stay, that works really well. Distance, you have 4 distance levels. Let's keep it on full. Self-steering, and it works really nice, and it works well, and it's very comfortable to drive. It's not jerky or anything. As you can hear at 130, it's louder in here, but it's also windy out there. But it is loud at 130. Now with the self-steering, it gives me the warning, and it still takes a long time till it gives me a warning with a sound. There we go. And then it doesn't need a hard push, so where you have to steer very strongly so it recognizes that you're there. A tiny little nudge, and it's really soft, so you can drive really comfortable with just the hand here and just steer a tiny bit, and it will never bug you, and you're in control, and that's awesome. Just touching doesn't do it. You have to steer a bit, but it doesn't have to be strong, and that's awesome. That's a nice self-steering. The self-steering itself, it's not amazing. I see that a lot of times it goes way too far to the left, like now, and sometimes, let's see what it does with the car here. It should, yeah. Now that took a long time to slow me down, and then as you can see, there was full regen. It's all the regen it has. Plus it used the normal friction brakes. And now it will, when the distance is what the car thinks it should have, if I put it on 1, it will accelerate. But now we do it ourselves with full power to get back to that, and then we keep the full distance again. Yeah, so the self-steering is sometimes too much to the left. I even had it once where without me doing anything, the lane assist stopped the lane keep assist from going too much to the left. Like now, that's a bit too much to the left for me. And right now, it would be okay on the highway to be away from the trucks here on the right, but it's sometimes on the country road, or when I'm on the left, right lane here, where I don't want to be on the left. It's just how it is. Huh. But overall, it drives really nice, comfy-wise. Power is pretty disappointing. The 160 horsepower feel like 120. It reacts and feels with driving, and because of the fueling up, of course, as well, as you saw, and with the top speed, how you get there, it feels a lot like an internal combustion engine car, very strongly, and again, you have to go to the gas station to fuel up, and it makes it a bit, I don't know, I don't say horrible, but the whole experience is then a bit meh. I don't know. We wanted to get away from internal combustion engine cars, and this is going in this direction. The buttons here, well, what I notice, a big problem with this is when it's light out, so we don't have the light on, so the buttons are not illuminated, but it's not very bright, then you can almost, or if the light comes from the side, you can almost not see where is what, so you need your time with it, so you know where everything is, and look, it's just a lot of buttons in a small space, can be confusing. Okay, 3, 2, 1, full. Do I get full power? Yes! We need to go to 104. I feel a tiny bit of torque steering, but it's fine. And there we go. 104 is 100 kilometers an hour GPS speed. And important with the time that you see here, I measure from the time I press on the pedal, not when the car is moving. Because for me, when I press on the pedal and there's a delay, for me that's included in my 0 to 100 kilometers an hour time. Because you're somewhere and you want to drive, and some cars react right away and some have a half a second delay. I tried brake full, and 3, 2, 1, full. Do I get full power? Yes. Now it's in the other direction, and I take the average of those two, and 104. And that's full regen. It's not a lot. It's not slowing down too much. So power is not its thing, and the battery power is not always there. So meh on this. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.